When Bad Bunny stepped onto the Super Bowl halftime stage in February 2026, it wasn't just another performance, it was a cultural milestone. As the first artist to headline a halftime show performed entirely in Spanish, he turned one of America's biggest television moments into a global celebration of Latin music. The production was bold, cinematic, and deeply personal, a reminder that Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio is no longer just a chart-topping artist. He's a symbol of cultural shift. But while millions were focused on the spectacle, social media had its own subplot. Kendall Jenner was in the audience. And just like that, the internet pressed rewind. A romance that never quite went quiet. Bad Bunny and Kendall Jenner's story began in early 2023, when they were first spotted together in Los Angeles. Their initial outing, which included fellow A-listers, instantly signaled that this wasn't going to be a low-profile situation. Within days, entertainment outlets were reporting that the two were spending time together. From the start, their dynamic felt intriguing. He, the genre-blending Puerto Rican superstar who proudly centers Spanish in his music. She, one of the most recognizable faces in global fashion. Different worlds, same spotlight. Throughout 2023, they were seen together in flashes rather than floods. Appearances at Coachella, a Met Gala afterparty, courtside seats at NBA games. They weren't constantly photographed hand in hand, but they showed up together just enough to keep fans guessing. It was what you might call a selectively public relationship, private in tone, high profile in location. By December 2023, reports emerged that they had quietly parted ways. Insiders described it as a matter of timing and life direction rather than drama. In celebrity terms, that usually translates to mismatched schedules and priorities. Neither publicly confirmed the split, and neither fueled speculation. And then, just months later, they were seen together again. Another Met Gala afterparty. Familiar body language, familiar energy. Soon after, sources suggested they were giving the relationship another chance. This second round seemed more intentional, described as prioritizing time together and seeing where things could go. For a moment, it felt like a romantic comedy arc. The second split and the silence. By mid-2024, the pair appeared comfortable once again in each other's orbit. They were reportedly spotted in Puerto Rico and Paris during the summer months, blending travel with their fast-paced careers. Fans speculated that this version of the relationship might have deeper roots. Then, quietly, the sightings stopped. By September 2024, entertainment media reported that they had taken space and were no longer dating. Again, no dramatic unfollows, no cryptic public statements, just distance. What stood out was how mature the narrative seemed. There were no public feuds or pointed lyrics clearly aimed at one another. Instead, the split felt understated, almost strategic in its calmness. Even when rumors circulated that Bad Bunny had returned to private dating platforms, neither side addressed the speculation directly. It was the kind of silence that keeps interest alive longer than a headline ever could. A front-row moment that said a lot. In February 2025, Kendall walked the runway at New York Fashion Week for Calvin Klein. Sitting in the front row, Bad Bunny. Cameras captured him watching attentively, relaxed and supportive. There was no visible tension, no awkward avoidance. If anything, the moment projected respect. In a celebrity culture often defined by public fallouts, this stood out. Two global figures, once romantically linked, sharing space without theatrics. It didn't confirm a reunion. It didn't deny one either. It simply complicated the narrative. The Instagram caption that sparked debate. Later in 2025, a single phrase in one of Bad Bunny's Instagram posts sent fans into detective mode. Stop dating people who don't get your music. The internet immediately dissected it. Was it reflective? Was it shade? Was it entirely unrelated? There was no confirmation that the message referred to anyone specific. Yet, in the world of celebrity culture, ambiguity is oxygen. Speculation spread quickly, particularly given the history with Kendall. Neither responded publicly. And that silence only kept theories circulating. Super Bowl night and all eyes watching. Fast forward to February 2026. Bad Bunny commands the Super Bowl halftime stage, delivering a performance that many critics described as historic and culturally resonant. Spanish lyrics filled living rooms across the United States. Puerto Rican imagery dominated the visuals. It was a defining moment in his career. And in a VIP box, Kendall Jenner was seen smiling and vibing to the show. They were not photographed interacting publicly. There was no on-camera exchange. But the optics alone were enough to reignite discussion. Were they friends? Was there unfinished business? Or was it simply two people supporting one another from a distance? The truth remains private. But the intrigue remains powerful. The enduring presence of Gabriella Berlingeri. Long before Kendall entered the picture, Gabriella Berlingeri was widely regarded as Bad Bunny's most significant relationship. The Puerto Rican jewelry designer met him in 2017 after one of his performances. Over time, their bond became public, culminating in red carpet appearances and creative collaborations. She even contributed vocally to his 2022 album Un Verano Sin Ti, further blending their personal and artistic worlds. Bad Bunny spoke openly about how much she supported him emotionally during pivotal stages of his career. Their relationship seemed grounded, especially compared to the high-visibility dynamic that later surrounded him. By mid-2022, however, reports suggested they had separated. There was no dramatic announcement, just gradual confirmation through absence. What makes their story compelling is that Bad Bunny later described them as best friends, emphasizing mutual respect even after the breakup. That framing left fans wondering whether their connection was truly over or simply evolving. When both Gabriella and Kendall were spotted at his Coachella performances in separate VIP areas, the symbolism wasn't lost on anyone. The earlier chapter. Before international fame, before stadium tours, before Fashion Week appearances, there was Carliz de la Cruz Hernandez. She met Bad Bunny while they were both students at the University of Puerto Rico. Their relationship reportedly included an engagement in the mid-2010s, long before his global breakthrough. Their paths diverged as his music career accelerated and she pursued law. They briefly reconnected, but ultimately moved on. In 2023, Carliz filed a lawsuit alleging unauthorized use of a voice recording that included the phrase, "Bad Bunny, baby." Court proceedings confirmed that the recording had been incorporated into commercial projects without her consent. In early 2024, a Puerto Rican court ruled in her favor, ordering compensation reportedly totaling $40 million. The decision marked one of the most significant legal developments in his career, emphasizing the importance of intellectual property rights even in personal contexts. The case added complexity to the narrative of his early relationships, reminding fans that fame often revisits the past in unexpected ways. Love, fame, and public projection. What makes Bad Bunny's romantic history so captivating isn't scandal, it's contrast. He moves between intensely private statements and globally visible gestures. He writes emotionally layered music, but rarely confirms its inspiration. He maintains friendships with former partners while continuing forward. Each chapter, Carliz, Gabriella, Kendall, represents a different stage of his life. Carliz reflects the pre-fame years, when ambition was still local and dreams were forming. Gabriella represents the ascent, emotional grounding during explosive growth. Kendall symbolizes the fully global era, where fashion, sports, and music intersect under relentless media attention. And yet, despite speculation, he has never publicly defined any of these relationships in dramatic terms. And as Bad Bunny continues breaking records, redefining culture, and keeping the world guessing about his personal life, One thing is certain, his story is far from over, and we'll be here to follow every chapter. What do you think about his relationship timeline and Super Bowl moment? Share your thoughts below, and if you want to be smarter every day, like and subscribe.